Welcome. Hello. Hyperdrive chat. Hello. Tiger. Hello. Diamonds. Hello. Emo. I am finally doing some comps. Welcome to the Silverstone preseason race. Remind us which game. Game theme. Where the There you go. Okay. Evening. Hello Robots, hello King, guys. We're ready for the Silverstone pre-season race. The second pre-season race of Hyperdrive in front of Season 2. Hello KJ. We have a lot of drivers today. It should be a full grid. A few more people do have to join at some point. We'll look for them. But yeah, so far 17 people on the grid, mixed divisions, so will be a lot of action on the track. Close battles at the front, as we have KJ, Deathstar, Tom, Jermaine, a lot of fast drivers here in the lobby. So they will be battling for the lead in 26 laps and a short qualifying session. Hello Taylor, how are you doing? I sound Dutch, no way. How does that come? A few more minutes until we start. I think there's a few new drivers as well, and a few from last season. I think Mayap is new. Dredude I haven't seen last season as well. So a few new drivers. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm closing my door. Chat, you can hydrate me as well. I've got my drink ready. I don't have that good of a scream or a blow as well. Oh, hydrate from Diamonds, insane. You will have the ASMR hydrate because my mic is insane at hydration. Another fucking hydrate. Why did I say it? Yeah, you can buy stuff that you want me to do with the channel points. Another hydrate. Okay. Fuck's sake. My bottle is gonna be half empty before the race even starts. Oh my god. Okay. Are we ready, chat? Not okay. Thanks, Emo, for the hydration. Again, it's gonna be fun. To be fair, I've not had enough water today, so oh fuck, another two. Wait, my bottle is almost half empty already. I'm gonna drown. Oh, for fuck's sake. I spilled. Oops. I spilled. Ah, it's fine. It's only water. Okay. Oops. I had to drink too much. Okay. 4 minutes until we start. Gonna watch in the Discord if the drivers are getting ready. If you have read it already. Ready. As you may know, we are in the F1 World cars. That's because of the glitch that's going on in the game, of course, at the moment. There are a few glitches, and equal cars are not equal again for the third time this game, so that's why we are racing in the F1 World cars, and we're seeing some beautiful liveries today. As I'm not seeing any standard liveries for today, so it's gonna be exciting. And it looks like we are readying up for short qualifying at Silverstone. A nice tag wars in the chat. Love to see that. Okay, we are heading into qualifying. Hello, Death Star. How are you doing? And why are you coming? Okay. Insane. You need to drive, Death Star. And we're now ready for qualifying. Let's see who is gonna be the first one out on track. As we can maybe hear the engines revving already. Don't want this. We want a lap delta, full track map. There is someone out. We have to search who it is. It's RWeb. That's gonna be the first out on track today. And it's rain? Is it rain? Is there rain coming? I can't see that, but there is rain coming. I hear from the chat. Yo, Jamie. You're here for once. You haven't chatted in Hyperdrive and can see that ever. This is your first chat in Hyperdrive. So congrats with that. We have RWeb here in the special Williams anniversary livery. That's used for Silverstone as well. So that's a nice celebration you can have here on the track. On his outlap, of course, now. He's the first that is going to start a flying lap today. And we'll see how that goes for him. It's a 50% chance of rain. Okay. Interesting. He is heating his tires, and we are now making ourselves ready for the first qualifying run we will see today. We'll head on board for the first and first in 3 qualifying laps everyone is gonna do today. Now we are heading to Abbey, the first corner, then Farm Curve, and then after that we have Village, the third corner here. It's a small chicane which heads to loop now, and they are heading now with great speed onto the Wellington Straight. Now down to turn 6. High speeds will be reached here. Brooklands and now Luffield up next, as they are gonna head after Luffield. He is beautifully taking that a little bit of oversteer. It's difficult to get the power down through there. We're now on the woodcut corner and heading through Cops here. Beautiful, a little bit of a lift and a downshift now through Maggots and then Beckett's. And then after that Chapel. Then heading down the Hanger straight. DRS enabled for now. Yellow flag in sector 3, that's probably because tire warm-ups. 332 now heading to Stowe and heading to Club, the final 2 corners. Then we have the straight. After it, what is the lap time gonna be? It is gonna be a 1:26.515 is the time to beat. The next car that's gonna be beating that is, or is gonna try and beat that, is KJ, and KJ is 3/10 faster already in his special livery, red and black. Nice livery. We'll rate that a only start height. Okay, all good. He's got a red and black livery. I'll rate it a 8 out of 10 livery. Oh, Callum actually goes fastest with 29 or 25.613. We'll head on to another guy that's on a flying lap. It's Tiger Gamer that's on a lap now. He's now heading down this straight. It's looking very good so far. Death Star goes P2 with a what is it? With a 25.883, 2/10 down on Callum. Callum looking very good for this qualifying session, by the way. It's Tiger Gamer with his white car, and now it seems like he backed off. Oh yeah, he's invalidated through Beckett's somewhere, and that's him down 1 lap, and he needs to restart his lap to maybe have a chance to get through. Tom backed out of his lap as well, it looks like, in the Alpine livery, but he's, oh no, he's on a lap of Inters. To check if everything is right, but maybe you've got this a short qualifying session because you won't have that much time to set a lap time now. Okay, all good. Jamie Hester on a in lap as well. We can actually watch Chrysler, who's going through Beckett's now, and on his out lap. He has a purple livery, it seems like. Going completely off track to avoid the struggling Tom there on his intermediate tires through Beckett's. Chrysler has set good lap times in the past. So he may have a good chance here at pole position. %82 of you think Tom is gonna get pole position here in Silverstone. He is at the moment down in P13, but that's a lap on the Inter tires. Now Gressler on a lap as well. Standard livery, I'll rate is a 6 out of 10. Decent 6 out of 10. 310 channel points on the line. Let's see what the result is going to be. Oh, he set the first or the fastest sector 1 actually, Grissler. Now on his first lap with only 10 minutes to go in this qualifying session, so it will be very close to do 3 runs for him. But now he's heading down to Cops, small lift as well, staying in 8th gear now. Beckett's upcoming. Takes it beautifully here. No mistakes so far. And does he set the fastest sector too as well? Yes, he is. And now it's going to be very good looking for him. If he doesn't make too big of a mistake in the last sector, it's going to be a provisional pole for him at the moment. Okay. Stridey. Insane prediction. And Grisler actually goes fastest with 3/10. And that's an insane gap for Callum to beat. Callum is out on track as well now, going through Stowe. And he's going to start a lap as well. So that's going to be very interesting to watch who's going to get pole. It's a very close battle here. I think I haven't got Callum or Grisler in my predictions. So that's going to be very exciting. Didn't expect those two to pop up that good. But here is Callum now on a flying lap, on a second flying lap of the day. Second gear there actually, through, I forgot the corner name. It is turn 5. Doesn't have a name. Now through Leffield. Fastest sector 1 actually. He beats Chrysler in sector 1. Can he get professional pole out of this? He got the fastest sector 1 small lift from him and a downshift. We didn't saw Chrysler do that, as Chrysler took it full in 8th gear. 7th gear is 1/10 up on his time, but that won't be enough for professional pole. He needs to cook in his last sector. Maybe he made a mistake somewhere here. It's looking very good for him. No mistakes so far. Now through the last chicane you can hear the tires locking for the extra rotation. You get a little bit of traffic on the exit here, but it's going to be a 1:25.5. That's not going to be professional pole. While he set 2 faster sectors, it's not going to be professional pole for him. So we'll now head on to King Gas, who started his flying lap actually just now. Beautiful apex there, got it absolutely right. And now on the exit he needs to put the power down as soon as he can. And he needs to head on to the Leffield and Brooklands corners. No mistakes so far. Slow on the power there actually a little bit. It's looking very good so far. Can he maybe gain some positions? He currently has a 27.482 on the clock. Almost invalidates there actually in cops. But it's still looking good for him. Now through Maggots we go. He is up on his time. But by how much I didn't see, because Diamonds had to say something. In front of him someone is going into the pits, but he is heading on. Oh my god, that was a terrifying glitch. He's gonna go over the line now, will watch with the curb, and he's improved by 4/10, but he didn't jump one singular position. He had an absolute flying lap. As Humain actually jumps to P3. Humain now in P3 with a 1:25.568. It's very close, but between the two cars. Actually, the top 7 within a second of each other. Can Tom do something? He invalidated his lap, actually. Tom is not looking very good for this qualifying session. He has to set 1 lap time on the inters, and his second lap time he invalidated. So it's going to be very, very hard to get his 3rd lap in and nail it at the first time he's out on the track. That's going to be very difficult for him. as we'll watch Bobby, aka Porsche 911 Spider 4.6 liters M18. Is now into the pit lane as well. He invalidated his laps, and he is in P11 right now, 1.3 behind the leader. And he needs to find a way to improve to get maybe into that top 10 spot. So we'll now watch Alex. He is not improving. I think he's on an out lap. Or he's just on a in lap. Yeah, the stinker maybe. Oh, Tom retired actually. Tom retired. And that's gonna be some channel points gone. Because Tom retired from the session. And he's gonna do a last to first challenge actually. If P17 may set a lap time. Now Alex heading on to sector 2. I think he's not on a flying lap. I still can't see because Diamonds has to say something. Tom is so unpredictable. He was getting pole or a good shot at pole, but he invalidated and set the lap time on enters. Maybe this was his plan, but now Alex over the line is gonna set a 125. I think he improved. I can't see. I think he improved to a 26.080. Or he's on a flying lap now. His battery is almost empty, so that's not looking very much like a improvement from him. As KJ now is actually on a lap. Holy, he is 4 tenths up almost on his time. It's going to be a hell of a time. It's going to be P3 for him, as he beats Humane by 12 thousandths of a second, and he jumps up to P3. I didn't even notice he was on a lap, but he was on a lap and he improved to P3. Does he have enough fuel to go for another lap? His fuel mark is not flashing, so maybe he put in enough fuel for more laps than one. Oh no, he retired on track. KJ retired on track. I don't know if that's legal, but we will see. As Grisler now is on his out lap. The current professional pole sitter is on his out lap. Let's see what he can do. Maybe he can improve again, and that would be a crazy lap time he's pumping out of that one. In this short qualifying session where time matters and the amount of laps you can do is so limited. We'll heading on board with him soon, as now Bobby actually on a lap time. Oh my god, he is a stinker, and that's, I don't know if that's a commentator's curse, because right when I switched he got a big snap of oversteer and he is now 4 seconds down on his lap time. I don't know if he's able to do another one, but P11 for him it is, if the people behind him don't improve. Taylor now with the Alfa Romeo livery, the doodle they made before the beginning of the season. Beautiful livery in my opinion. And I don't think he's on a lap at the moment, as it didn't look like it. No, he's not on a lap. He's 8 seconds down on his time, as Grisler now heads over start finish and actually almost ends the first sector, but will head on to Callum with his onboard lap. We'll talk you through this lap. It's going second gear here for the maximum rotation as soon on the power as possible. I think he's a controller player, DRS enabled, now spending that ERS onto 8th gear. Now you want to go down to 3rd or 4th gear. Full on traction here. Maximum rotation. Slowly on the power so you don't get a big snap of oversteer. Now heading through Copse, one of the fastest corners on the entire calendar. One of the trickiest as well. He gets it perfect. And now we need to see what his second sector is going to be. Is it going to be an improvement or is it going to be a slower lap time? He seems to get a little bit of understeer through Maggots Baggots. As Deathstar actually set at 25.09 and Callum is not improving at the moment. Callum is not improving. Gristler didn't improve enough. And Deathstar currently holds provisional pole. Callum now through the last chicane. He's 1/10 down on his time. Can he fix something in the last sector here? It doesn't look like he can. He improved by 30,000th of a second. Dredude invalidated or didn't improve on his time, so he's not going to be setting a lap time. RWAP is up on his time. Can he jump some positions? Because it's very close here in the midfield. He can maybe still jump to P7, or if he improves a lot, maybe to P5 or P6 I mean. Now through the last corner, tricky section, it's P6 for him. He jumped a lot of places there with a small improvement because it's so close in the midfield. And it's actually Deathstar who walks away here with the pole position. So I don't know who got some channel points, but if you guessed Deathstar, you guessed it right. True story. It's not on a lap time and he'll just roll out to the finish line. Humane here also in the Alpine livery gets P5. Good lap from him. Very close actually. We'll watch how much everything is away. The top 7 still within the second, but Gristler and Deathstar are absolutely gone from the entire field. The top 5 is a different level here, but the mid-pack is very close, so that's going to be very exciting for some battles, as we can maybe see in the coming few laps in the next 26 or 36 laps, I forgot. We will be going to see, and Tom actually didn't get last place. It's May something that didn't set a single lap time, but now we'll talk you through the grid. It's Deathstar on pole, then Gristler, Callum, KJ and Humane rounding out the top 5. RWAP in P6, Alex, Saku, Dredude, Taylor. He is rounding out the top 10, 1.1 seconds behind Deathstar. Then Tiger, I'm not even gonna, yeah, it's Bobby. Twistar, King Gas, Jamie Hester, Tom, and that guy. I can't say his name. Average qualifying for Tom, yeah. This is his last to first challenge on Inters. Yeah. And someone is robbed from channel points as well, Tom, because of you. I don't know who. Oh, it's Stridy Sports. He lost like 300 channel points because of you. Because he bet that you were gonna get pole. Okay, another poll here. As you have 10 minutes to decide who is going to be the winner of today's race. If you bet on Tom, he will have the job to do and you can lose channel points again, but that will be on you. As we'll be starting soon, but first we are looking at the paddock club, of course, of Silverstone. Very beautiful. I hope they made like an intro or something for this, because now I'm just stuck here. Someone asked for a invite. Do I have him added? I do. I hope he can join back. So ready up. Okay, it's gonna be very exciting. Mixed strategies, I gonna believe. It's 54 past. We should ready up right now, as we'll watch the race. It's gonna be the formation lap with Death Star on pole. Let's talk you through the strategies here. As a lot of people have chosen for the hard compound tire, 4 people have chosen for the medium compound tire, and 2 people have chosen for the soft compound tire. And that's gonna be very interesting what they will be able to do from P14 and P15 in the opening laps, because they will have a tire advantage at the beginning, but that tire will drop off very soon and very quickly. So that's gonna be exciting. Callum, the first car on the medium tires, he needs to pull away from Death Star. Oh, Death Star! Death Star the moment there, in the tire warm-up. He spins around left field. As he's struggling to get the power down maybe, or he let go of the power too quickly. He's of course a controller player, very impressive what he's been forming in the last. And Taylor actually disqualified from the session. Did he collide with another driver? We shall not know. Maybe we shall know. As we can maybe see here. We can't see here. Okay. Please praise me. Yeah, Tom, but you're in P16. Someone hit you from the back. That's very unfortunate. I don't know if there will be submissions, but we'll maybe look into that if there are submissions. But for now, yeah, it's very unfortunate, but head down and you will maybe gain some places of carnage in the opening laps. Well, don't hope that's going to be carnage. We obviously hope that's going to be very clean racing between all of the drivers. And they leave each other enough space now. These are the strategies. A one-stopper is the strategy that most of the people are going to do. Hard mediums. Callum is going to try medium hards, but I think P14 and 15 do have to go for a 2-stop here. As he as they will have a high tire deck. Now it's gonna be 5 red lights on for the Singapore Grand Prix, and away we go. There's a good start for Death Star and a great start for Grizzler as well. And we'll head on to the first corner now on board with Grizzler. Can he make up some positions? KJ immediately gained P3 there as Grizzler outbreaks himself a little bit. A good battle here between Callum and KJ. Callum, of course, on the medium compound tire. KJ around the outside. Can he make it through? Not for now, as there's a big crash behind there. Humane spins, and he was P5 at the beginning of the race. Humane is now P16. Callum for now holds on to that P3 after KJ overtook him at the start. A lot of places gained actually at the moment. And the winner of the opening lap is Tom, and he's P8 already, starting P16, already in P8. Humane, the big loser of the first lap, down 10 places, as Callum now is actually pushing on to Grizzler's back here, as he has got the fresh medium tires, and they have hard tires, and of course the harder compound. Actually, Grizzler goes for the move on Death Star here. Death Star understeers almost into the rear tire of Grizzler. He's going to go around the outside here. Great POV of fight here between Death Star and Grizzler. Oh, and true Gross Hamilton moment here with Callum. Callum actually goes for the double overtake here. He's at the lead now. Callum at the lead, and Humane retired from the session, but Callum has an insane moment, but it's a safety car now. Callum almost had an incredible moment with the double overtake on that exit there, but he's now being overtaken by Death Star again. Great defense and great battle there from Callum, Grizzler and Death Star. All three of the drivers beautiful battling there in the opening lap, as Callum moves his way up to P2. And Humane DNFs. I don't know what happened, but it's been very unfortunate start to this race for Humane. He was down into P15 and now crashed out of the race in the opening lap. It's a first lap safety car. It's not what we're hoping for, but it is what it is. Tom actually went up to P7 right now. He's 9 places up from his starting position. Great opening lap from him, and he's very good. He has a very good chance actually of the race win. He started on the hard compound tire and overtook a lot of medium compounds as well. King Gas has the first 5-second time penalty, maybe for a pit stop, but maybe for contact as well. We will see how that goes further into the race. Death Star now still holds on to that P1 for 2 laps now, because we're behind the safety car. A little bit of a time glitch here because KJ is actually just behind Grizzler and the time is fixed again. And there we have the first pit stops. Is Twoosh Starry, who is going from the mediums to, or going from the hards onto the mediums. He should go. Then it's gonna be no front wing change. He's gonna go bald at a medium stop strategy, and he needs to win a lot of places to make this 2-stopper work. As he is the only one that's pitted, as I am right. Yes, he's the only one that pitted, and he will be right at the back of the pack here. A little bit of a position change between a ghosted car. That's Ma. Yes. Yeah, it's game with the yeah, mate. I can select when the ads come. I can just start ads, or when you just become a Twitch sub, or you have a Prime. You can use as well, and then you won't have ads. That's a crazy glitch. So if you have Twitch Prime, and maybe consider using it, that will help our league out a lot with growing and following as well, or just watching the stream. Everything helps, and enjoy the content right here. So we'll quickly go through the pack here. It's Deathstar leading from Callum, who started on the medium compound tire, gained 1 place. Then right behind him is Grisler, KJ and RWeb. Alex on the medium compound as well. Tom made up 9 places at the start, started P15, is already up to P7. Taylor right behind him, also on the hard compound tire. Then Tiger Gamer, Jamie, Map, I can say that, Saku, then Bobby was racing under the name Porsche 911 Spider 4.6 liters M18. Then King Gas, Swoosh Starry, who boxed for new medium tires. He has 2 lap newer tires as Dr. Dre DNFs in the pit lane. He was too far back, and he decided to DNF in the pit lane, as we have 15 drivers left now on the grid that are gonna battle it out for the place where Deathstar is in. Dre Dude left the session, that's why we saw a little bit of lag. As Deathstar is leading the pack here. You can see all the cars right behind him just trying to follow his pace and not crash into anybody, and keep their tires nice and warm. Callum needs to put the pressure on him at the next lap, or his tire strategy won't work. He needs to get a good gap in for the opening phases here. Tom here, can he gain any more positions? Oh, another retirement. A retirement from Bobby as he crashed under the safety car. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, we can't see it anymore as well. Yeah, Bobby DNF'd from this race. I don't know what he did, but it's unfortunate for him, as Deathstar now leads the pack. Can he have a good safety car restart? As he starts already, he is gone, and he has a good gap to Callum, but he has a little bit of a lag spike, it seems, there, and Callum has closed that gap completely. Now on lap 5, it's going to be very close on the straight here behind Deathstar. Callum is pushing him almost through the corners. Is he going for the move already? No, he's not. And right behind him is Grizzler as well, who's looking for an opportunity to take the lead here. Deathstar now, good exit he needs to defend from Callum, but Callum uses in his ERS. Does he have enough? And he's side by side, he's going for the switchback, Callum, and does that work? He's hanging it around the outside here through left field, but it doesn't quite work yet. It's now side by side through Cobb's corner here. Deathstar on the inside, Callum on the outside. He's backed out of it, and Gristler backed out of it as well, so it doesn't go 3 wide through here yet. Callum almost pushing Deathstar here through Maggot's back. As you can see here, the switchback, he needs to back out of it to not avoid contact. Then Alex gets a 3-second time penalty. It's a lot of lag, and that's because there is a safety car and another retirement, and that's because of Saku retired. I don't know what happened, but there's another safety car just 1 lap after not having a safety car. There is another safety car. This is the most exciting race to doing commentary, as you can imagine. And there's Jamie Hester that's boxing for from the soft tires. I presume they're just dead at this point. 4 laps in, but Yeah, we have had a safety car. He's probably going onto the mediums or the hard compound tire. Hards won't make it to the end from here on. So let's see where he heads onto. He's onto the medium compound tire as Map is getting a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. King Gas also pits for new mediums. Best strategy here for them. Deathstar has a safety car because Saku DNF'd. I don't know what happened to him, but he crashed out, so he caused the safety car to come out, as we now have only 13 drivers left on the track. We can't roll another ad, chat. We can't. I have way too much ads opportunities. Can someone hydrate me? I'm thirsty. Yeah, thanks Deathstar. I'll chuck this whole bottle. No, just kidding. Well, we are gonna watch King Gas catching up to the safety car. As we do have a spin. Oh, we have an interesting moment here. I think Tiger Gamer spun out, and some people overtook him as well now, as he lost a few places behind the safety car. KJ still remaining onto that P4 in his nice looking livery. And he's still just right behind the top 3, because we have had 2 safety cars now in 7 laps, so he can just hold on to that position. But this is only in the upper hands of the hard runners. Medium runners will get a difficult time towards the end of the race, because they need to box, but their tires will last longer, and they need to go onto the hards, and the hards is of course the harder compound than the medium, and they will lose time per lap, so that's gonna be a difficult moment there. As King Gas, I think, gained and dropped places. Don't know how that went, but on board here with KJ, creative camera angle from Formula 1 TV, as we literally can't see anything. We can see the car in front, but if he's going to the left, yeah, now you can't see anything. Like, safety car is in this lap. That's gonna be interesting for the lead again. Deathstar backs off, and he is gonna be under pressure from Callum again. For 1 lap, we have had a safety car restart, and now we have had another one. And there's gonna be a lot of pressure on Deathstar's shoulders here, as he's getting pushed along by Callum here on the medium compound tires. When is he gonna go? Callum is almost side by side with him here, just behind him. Deathstar went, and a good restart for Deathstar there, as he got a big gap to Callum, but Callum of course has that medium compound tire, so he can use that to his advantage. Already a large gap from Deathstar to Callum, and Callum needs to overtake him pretty soon here. He's closing in on Deathstar, using that slipstream to its advantage. No dive here, as Chrysler gets very close to the back of Callum there, and KJ is hanging on to the back of Chrysler as well. On traction, Deathstar seems very strong, but here Callum is actually on the upper hand. Callum now on the straight. I don't know what the fuck happens. Oh, here is a move from Callum, and he didn't make it stick. He's still right behind him, and he needs to get past very soon to make this strategy work, because he needs to pull a gap to get in Death Star. So Death Star has to gain time again. Now through Maggots Baggots, Death Star gets a perfect lines. Callum needs to lift a little bit, but he is now using his ERS. 65% battery here in the car of Callum. He's going for the outside. Death Star's going a little bit defensive, a little bit wide as well, and that's giving the opportunity to Callum here, using his battery here. Great camera angle from Formula 1 again, and Death Star stays in front because he has gone defensive. Great defense here from Death Star to keep that car behind. Callum has gone with the fastest lap, 29.548. Great battle for the lead here. As we have Tom actually, that's up to P5 here. And Death Star has gone defensive again. Is that in the upper hand of Callum here? Because he is right behind Death Star. Death Star goes defensive again. This is going to be a run down to Brooklands. And Callum is the outside line. He's going for the switchback on Death Star. Didn't quite work. He's now trying to go around the outside of Luffield. Didn't work again. Great defense again from Death Star. And he is looking very good here. And now, oh my god, through Cobb's corner. It's not doing it right. No, Death Star's gone defensive. Great defense here again from Death Star. That's where he watched the back of his car. Great lines through Maggots Baggots here. Can he hang on to that position still? But now Callum is just sending it on this straight. He is already side by side. I'm watching the wrong angle. He is side by side through him all the way through there, but he couldn't make it stick yet. It's a great battle between these two, between two titans. But now we actually have Tom here. Oh, Tom had a little bit of a snap of oversteer there, as he's struggling to get the power down here. And he is 7/10 behind the first four drivers, as KJ is looking to pressurize the or KJ pressurizing Grissler as well up front, as he couldn't get the power down quite that nicely. As here the top three all in the slipstream of each other. Grissler choosing for the lift actually. He didn't want to overtake here, maybe on the back straight. Oh, Death Star has gone wide. Death Star has gone wide, and that gives the opportunity to Callum here on the exit, but he couldn't quite get the power down, as there are marbles there on the inside of the track. So that's a little bit of understeer from him, which is not ideal, of course. Not what you want in this situation. Death Star is still hanging on to that first place. Quite an impressive look from him here, as we're watching through the last time he's gonna lead on this lap, because Callum now overtakes him with DRS. He was so close, and Grissler actually as well. Grissler gets past as well, and that's now 2 places gone in a couple of corners for Death Star, and Death Star goes actually for the move here on Grissler. Couldn't quite make it stick, and now this is a perfect opportunity for Callum to pull away. Exactly what I said, that medium compound tire works for a short period, but not anymore, because it's already 10 laps into this race. We're almost halfway, and that medium tire is starting to wear out. Few people boxing already. It's Alex and Tiger Gamer into the box. Death Star trying to get the power down, and it's a big slipstream on this straight. They're 40% on battery, and they are just in a train with 5 cars. 5-way battle for the lead here. Tom started P16, remember, and he's already up to P5 in lap 11. That's some impressive stuff, right behind the leading train as well. Tom now looking very good through Maggots Baggots to make a move on KJ here. his time trial rival, KJ, of course, the crowned champion, who needs to be defeated. Oh, Tom actually has a big snap of here as he turned on the overtake button, and that destroys his chances of getting an overtake done here. He turned on the overtake button. Tom actually struggling for grip on that hard compound tire. His rear doesn't work that nicely as the other cars up front, and that destroys his momentum. Oh, Death Star has gone wide again, and now it's KJ actually who is right on the back of him. KJ, been sitting in P4 all race long, hasn't made any ground, and he can now try and make ground on Death Star. Death Star started, of course, on pole position, lost 2 places 2 laps ago because of DRS, and that shows how powerful DRS is. Now Chrysler as well looking to take the lead on Callum here. Callum has gone defensive, and it's now Callum versus Death Star, or Callum versus Chrysler, I should say, as the medium compound tire started to wear out a little bit at this moment. He needs to switch to the hard compound tire very soon, because he's losing time now on this medium compound. It's not faster anymore, and he needs to box maybe at the end of this lap or next lap, so he can maybe get the undercut done on the rest of the pack, because they will gain a lot of time when they are on the medium compound tires. He's the only car on the mediums in the top 6, so he will lose out a lot of places when the time is there. Callum now right behind him, pushing him through the corners. As you can see, there, understeered all out on the car of Chrysler here. Is Chrysler actually overtook Callum? I was asleep, telling about how he needs to box, but he didn't box, but he got overtaken on the straight there in Maggot's Baggotts. And he's now pushing Chrysler actually. Already down, almost contact there, very close between the two of them. And now Death Star is looking to try and make a move as well. He's now side by side with Callum using his ERS, and on the inside, good line for Death Star here, and he goes up to P2 again after the double overtake on him. He goes up to P2, RWeb setting the fastest lap of the race, 29.371. He boxed for new mediums 2 laps ago. And he is flying on that medium compound tire, and that shows how good the medium compound is in that opening stages of the stint. Callum now dropped down from P1 to P3, and that is just the medium tire dying off and starting to wear out. The hards are coming to life here, and Tom actually very close behind KJ, but no one can do anything because they are just in a DRS strain. Callum goes a little bit wide on that medium compound tire, still not boxing him, now under pressure from KJ behind him. And we'll see how he goes through this final couple of corners before the end of sector 1. And on the next straight he may be under pressure here as well. Hello, myself. I don't know who's on the Hyperdrive account, but hey, here goes KJ on Callum, and KJ goes up to P4, and there's a lead switch as well. Death Star has gone for the move on Chrysler. Great battle, by the way, here between KJ and Callum, and they are just battling it out here, but Callum loses the place as well, as now Tom looks for the overtake on Callum as well. And Callum is just losing time now on that medium compound tires, just no grip anymore, and Tom heads over to P4. Callum needs to box in the coming stages. And he is almost pushing KJ as well through Maggot's Baggotts here. Tom is not, using a little bit of overtake here to maybe get a move done, but he can't find a way past. Answer my fucking question, you absolute failure. I'm saying answer me. I don't know what you asked. Did you ask anything? You didn't ask. Oh, how has the race been so far? Yeah, it's fucking good. 2 safety cars, that's the only problem here, but the top 5 is so close to each other. And here Callum finally boxes from that medium compound tire. He's gonna drop down a lot of positions, but all of the people that are gonna overtake him now need to box themselves. And he is gonna be on the hard compound tire now and needs to make up a lot of ground because he dropped down to P5 when he boxed. Now pit exit. Let's watch the outlap with him and see how strong that hard tire is in the beginning stages of that stint. He needs to take a lot of time out of King Gas because maybe Death Star, Chrysler, KJ and Tom will box soon as well. Tom still very close behind KJ all the time. They just can't find a way through because of the dirty air through here. And he's just so close again, but he can't do anything about it. KJ actually looking for a move here. It's a lead switch again. Chrysler overtook Death Star here. Great perspective from KJ's car. And oh, there are 2 people boxing here. Death Star and KJ are going into the box. Death Star on the straight lost the position to Chrysler, and Chrysler and Tom need to push the hell out of their tires at the moment, because they will swap at the end of this lap for the medium compound tire. Tom actually gets DRS from Chrysler as he was in P4. Yeah, Grizzly going super strong. He is now in the lead of the race at the moment. Death Star and KJ are swapped on the medium tire, whereas Callum is now setting the final fastest final sector. And there's actually Death Star. It's going to be very close on exit, but it's going to be Callum who makes the jump on Death Star on the hard compound tire, and that's going to lose Death Star a lot of time on his outlap here, as he is on fresh mediums and Callum now on the hard compound tire. Callum is not in a winning position at the moment. Actually, Death Star immediately gets DRS and gets the move done already, so he can start taking time out of Tom and Chrysler to undercut them. But they will have the faster tire at the end of this race because they have newer tires, and he is still under pressure here. Death Star from Callum, who is almost pushing him on the straight, bump drafting him almost towards Maggots Baggett. And here Tom and Chrysler are boxing now. This is the moment that matters. Their turn-in needs to be perfect to get a good pit stop, and they will need to slot in behind Death Star, Callum and KJ, I believe. KJ actually dropped out of DRS from Callum. That can be crucial for the race here. Tom returns out on the track right behind Chrysler. Same gap as before. Callum now sets the fast lap of the race after his outlap, and Tom and KJ drop down, and they will need to make up big time. Actually, KJ jumped Chrysler. What happened there? What happened to Chrysler? Chrysler had a stinker, I think. Maybe a lockup or a big moment, because he dropped down behind KJ now. Or not? No. I am confused. He's right behind KJ actually. KJ doesn't have DRS, and that's going to be crucial for the race. Tom almost drops out of DRS as well. This pit stop time has not done KJ well, and he needs to start taking time out of the hearts of Callum. But Callum is getting DRS, of course, from Death Star, who's 2 tenths behind him. 2 tenths in front of him, I should say. Is Callum going for the move, or is he just sticking behind him? He is opening the DRS. He is right behind him in the slipstream of Death Star. On the outside, Death Star has the better defending place, but it's already done before turn-in, and he is past Death Star. Now this is going to be a position swap throughout the whole race, and Chrysler now needs to put in big time. Because he is 2 seconds behind because of that battle with KJ. 2 seconds behind, but on 1 lap fresher tires, and 2 lap fresher tires compared to Callum on the hards. This is going to be very, very exciting end of this race, as now Tiger Gamer is right behind RWeb, as I'm missing the swap of the lead. Again, Devstar has overtaken Callum. Big slide here, oh my god, big slide and good correction from Tiger Gamer. And he's now going to be under pressure from Taylor here. It's almost 3 abreast. Down to Brooklyn, so now Luffield. Tiger Gamer has the outside, he's gonna go for the outside line. More traction is available on that outside line, but not for him, because Taylor actually gets the move on him again. And it's now gonna be very close to Cobb's corner between all 3 cars. Tiger Gamer actually loses 2 places, and Swoosh Star is now through the next position. Tom overtakes Chrysler, and he is gonna try and... Oh, Chrysler, what happened to Chrysler? Oh, a little bit of contact there. It's just an effect of DRS. A little bit of contact on turn in there. KJ has gone wide. A lot of contact here, and that loses KJ DRS as well from Tom. That little bit of a moment. Tom actually sets the fastest lap of the race, taking a lot of time out of Callum again, and now the top 3 is so close, but no, or almost no one gets DRS. 70% of the vote went to Devstar, and 30% of the vote went to Tom for the poll of who's gonna win this race. As King Gas there DNF'd from the race in the pit lane. Sad race for him. P12, he was a lot of time down on the cars in front, and he finishes P12 or P13 and DNFs from this race. Yellow sector 1, and that doesn't mean anything for this race. No safety cars because it's a retirement in the pit lane. Tom actually, Jesus Christ, what a pace he is at on those medium tires. 2 laps newer than Callum's tires and 1 lap newer than Devstar's tires. Is that the key here? Because he's getting a lot of time here on the 2 cars in front of him, but they've been battling as well, and Tom is now right behind him. Can he maybe have a true Ghost Hamilton moment as Callum tries to go for the switchback here on Devstar, but they can't get the move done. Devstar, or Tom I should say, struggling still with traction out of the slow corners. A little bit of corrections there, as we're still on board here with Tom. 2 tenths is the gap, 5 tenths is the gap actually between the top 3. And it's a good exit here. Callum as a stinker, and a little bit of a bad exit. Flashing up ahead is Devstar, below 10% ERS, that means. And he's gone for the inside here. Tom actually goes for the inside, pushes Callum out of space there on the exit, and it's a little bit of contact because of understeer here. And Callum keeps the second place. Tom now very close behind him, actually side by side through Cobb's corner, and he's done before the exit, or before the entry of Cobb's, and he's up to P2 now from P16 on the grid. And he's now looking to find a way through of Devstar here. Devstar back in the lead of the race, but Tom is pushing behind him. Tom is pushing behind him with DRS. He's tried to go for the inside, but the inside was defended, and he's now around the outside. Oh no, it spins. There's contact between the 2 leaders, and Devstar spins Tom, and it's all gone wrong for Tom, and he is now down into P5. A lot of time lost for him. It's contact between Devstar and Tom in the middle of Stowe. And Tom now sees his lead fading away and his possible win, and it's not going to be a good result for Tom, and he's not going to be happy with that. Devstar actually takes the lead back now from Callum after that small touch with Tom, that caused, of course, for a spin. Callum still going for that strategy where he stays behind here and in the next DRS zone goes for the move. Chrysler now right behind his group as well as the whole pack or the whole P4 bunched up because of that incident. And KJ is in a good position as well as Chrysler's just looking to make a move here. It's good lines. And there's the rain. There's rain. I saw a spot of rain, and is someone gonna gamble for the intermediate tires? Are they gonna be faster at the end of this race? It's almost 3 abreast here, but KJ overtakes Chrysler. No one saw that coming because he was very far behind as he tried to overtake Chrysler, but he didn't manage to do it. And you can see the rain falling down now. Is someone gonna gamble for those intermediate tires? As we have a beautiful shot there from Formula 1 as we see no one or nothing. Actually, Deathstar here overtakes Callum. Deathstar overtakes Callum in these tricky conditions because the track is getting wet. Alex is boxing now. Is he trying to gamble on those intermediate tires? He was on old hards. Yes, he's going for the inters, and now we'll we'll keep an eye on Alex, his times, what he is going to be doing, because it's going to be very interesting if he can get some big time out of the cars in front of him, because he just gambles for the inters. But is the rain hard enough, and is there more than enough rain to go for this strategy? Deathstar keeps the lead for now. KJ right behind him. Callum is flashing, that means he's below 10% ERS. KJ now going for the move on the inside here, and he's up to P3 on the inside, has the advantage there. And it's not done yet. Yes, he is. Callum looks on the inside. Oh, it's tricky conditions, and KJ actually locked up a little bit as he is driving without the racing line, so he needs to adapt his normal line, this normal braking point a little bit, because he's on dry tires in tricky conditions, as he gets a 3-second time penalty there because he went wide in these tricky conditions. I say again, Alex gets a time penalty as well. He's losing time at the moment to Tiger Gamer. He actually gained some time on the straight here, but that doesn't seem that fair. Tricky conditions, especially on old hard tires that are worn out, already tricky to drive, and now they need to drive as well on the half wet track as they're struggling for traction here. Can't get the power down. 4 tenths behind. Jamie Hester can't do anything there. Swoosh Story not 8 tenths behind. This is so tricky as he can't get the power down. He has a lot of ERS percentage left as he tries to stay within the DRS. I don't think the inters gain more time than you lose with a pit stop, as he went wide there at the exit of Cops, because he understeered into there. KJ is not looking very good. Jamie Hester gets a 3-second time penalty as well. And Hill won't be looking forward to that, because he is gonna lose a place to Tiger Gamer, possibly. Tiger Gamer actually now overtook Jamie Hester. Chrysler right behind Deathstar. They're keeping well on track, the top 5 in the tricky conditions. Tom is getting some big time out of Callum actually, but I think he's too far back to actually make a move, so it's still difficult for him, of course. Difficult moment with Deathstar, as they're both, of course, clean drivers, as the track now is actually getting wet. And that will be a very, very interesting last lap, because the track will be inter conditions at that time. as there's so much understeer. As you can see here, Chrysler goes wide and gets a warning there probably for track limits. KJ is right behind him as well, but he has already got a penalty. Or a penalty as well. It's raining down penalties now, and raining down a lot of rain as well. As we can see here, KJ now trying to make a move on Chrysler. Chrysler went very close there with Death Star. He can't make a move stick yet. A lot of struggling for traction here. As you can see, the car sliding. Old Callum, of course, on 10 level old hearts now. He is not gonna play a factor in this end game of the race. He's of course having a good shot at the podium here because KJ's penalty. If he doesn't get a penalty himself. KJ there on exit has the overtake button enabled. I don't know if that's a steering wheel glitch for us, but it's going to be very close again between these cars, because look at the track, how wet it is. There's already puddles starting to form. It's so tricky to drive in these conditions. The inter tires are I think a lot faster now because Alex is just gaining time to Jamie Hester. Of course he's not the fastest driver, but the inter tires are most likely faster than the dry compound tires, and that's what makes it so tricky to drive in these conditions. Chrysler loses a lot of time, and KJ as well, and almost drops out of a second as he has almost no ERS to spare, and the ERS is still enabled, what shocks me actually, because look at how wet the track is. Puddles everywhere, pit entry as well, locking up tires, going deep into corners. It's so tricky to drive in these conditions. Oversteer again for Chrysler. And KJ, what happened to KJ? He has a big slide out of the final corner and he drops down to P4 and out of DRS as well, as he struggles to get the power down at some points at the track. So hard to stay on the track, and he made his first mistake, and that's gonna cost him the possible shot at the podium. As now Chrysler actually goes in the final lap, goes for the move on Death Star, but can't pull it off quite yet. I mean, he has a lot of battery, but Death Star, is he flashing? No, he has a lot of battery as well. This is going to be a very, very close run up to the hangar straight. They need to get, Chrysler needs to get through Maggots. Baggots very good to get a good shot at the win here. Caution in sector 1, that's because of Jamie Hester. He has spun out, but we're now looking for the lead here. 5/10 separated to DRS is now disabled, and that's perfect timing for Death Star actually, because now Chrysler watched on the DRS and he is now got a small gap, or too small gap to get close to him, and it's gonna be Death Star. Oh, that's gonna be now heading through the final 3 corners. It's been an amazing race for him. He has gotten so much grip and so much pace out of that car. He spins it on the final corner, but he wins the pre-season race, and that's an amazing result. Chrysler 5/10 behind him. Callum ends up in P3, KJ in P4. Tom actually very close there, behind KJ. 3 seconds he made up. And Tom is now losing positions, but that will be fixed as he clicked DNF. But it will be fixed in the official results later this week. And that's going to be Death Star that wins the first preseason race of Hyperdrive Racing in front of Season 2. A little incident with Tom who started P16, maybe that will get a tail, but for now Death Star wins on track. Is there the trophy has handed to Death Star, he lifts it up, no one cares about this. As we'll look at the results, Death Star has won the race from P1, and right behind him was Grisler, pushing him almost through all of the corners, but DRS disabled at the perfect point for Death Star, as Callum ends up in P3, KJ in P4, Taylor in P5, RWeb in P6, True Starry P7, Tiger Gamer P8, Jamie Hester and Alex round out the top 10. Tom ends up P11, but he finished P5 on track. That will probably be fixed after a good effort from him from P16 on the grid. Then we have Menb, that was a AI driver, and then we have 5 DNF cars, and that's actually King Gas, Saku, Bobby, Dre Dude and Humane after a very bad opening lap from him. These are the incidents for the FIA afterwards, penalties and shit, getting removals, and that's all. Okay. Someone won a lot of points, and I think someone 3D lost points again because he bet for Tom again and he loses. Okay, that was it then, I guess, for the second preseason race of the year, of the first preseason race of this in front of season 2. Thanks for watching the stream. Great all having you here. No interviews because I'm on PlayStation, nobody is on PlayStation. Now I'm gonna raid someone. I want to raid. Who are we gonna raid? We can raid Cupcake, actually. Diamonds, if you agree with that. We can raid Cupcake with all of our viewers, because he deserves it as well. Do you agree with that? Or you not? Yeah, okay. Goodbye chat, and see you all at the next preseason race. Bye.